The ABot Smart Editor. The Smart Editor is an ABot feature that can be used to facilitate the writing of feature files with the help of graphical elements and autofill options. The graphical elements help with the creation of a feature file. It consists of 5 steps in order to create the skeleton of the feature file. Step 1. This consists of defining the feature name and scenario name. One can decide to write a feature file to test against an SUT. Let us write a feature file with this option enabled. Step 2. This allows the user to select a vendor and the nodes that are relevant for the feature file. The items in pink on this dialog help select options from the hierarchical configuration, which help the user to select scripts configuration file, SUT variables configuration file, and the testbed configuration file. Step 3. One can optionally select a dependency feature file that is a prerequisite before the execution of this feature file. Step 4. This allows the selection of the dependency feature file from the list of feature files that exist in the system. Step 5. This lets the user review the feature file that the Smart Editor is about to generate. Let us now go back and disable the dependency feature file option for simplicity. Once the user reviews the options that have been filled up, then the pressing of the Finish button generates the feature file. Let us now understand how to use the autofill options of the Smart Editor that can now be used to assist with the generation of the feature file. Let's look at how to create autofill grammar as we use this feature of the Smart Editor. In order to use this feature, the user must type the Ctrl+Space keyboard shortcut. This brings up the option of the When I Send grammar to send a message between 2 nodes among other autocomplete options. Let us select the When I Send grammar option. Once selected, the Smart Editor autocompletes this grammar. By pressing the Ctrl+Space keyboard shortcut subsequently, the user is able to select the autocomplete options to complete the grammar that is needed for this feature and scenario. In the case of the When I Send grammar, this means the protocol, the message in the protocol, the 3GPP interface, and the nodes between which the message will flow. Once the grammar is completed, we are ready to fill the tabular elements of the grammar that describes the message that needs to be sent between 2 different nodes. Upon hitting the Enter button after the colon character that completes the grammar, the Smart Editor presents a graphical tabular representation of the IEs or AVPs in question for the message. The user is also given assistance about the values that are relevant for the IEs or AVPs in question. The user can select the IEs or AVPs with the checkboxes on the left. Towards the right, the user is presented with the 3GPP spec reference widget that takes the user to the exact location in the spec of the selected IE or AVP. Once the user is done selecting all the required values, she can hit the Add Param values at the bottom of the graphical table. This generates the table in a textual format. If the user requires to see the graphical tabular format to add or remove some more IEs or AVPs, the user can hover in and around the textual table area and press on the Edit IE Param button. This will again bring up the graphical element that can be used as required. With this Smart Editor feature, the user is able to create complex feature files intuitively and also understand the nitty-gritty of the protocols that ABot supports. With this feature, ABot is able to assist the user in creating test cases that are 3GPP compliant in a rapid manner, thus helping in the testing of the 3GPP SUT under question.